Okay, it's official. I'm back after a few weeks here with the Wheel of Cheese. Everybody here on Twitch. For those of you who are watching this on YouTube, how's it? Of course, we're doing this live, but you get it here on Twitch. Maybe, on YouTube a couple days later. Nonetheless, thank you for watching this on YouTube. Everybody here on the hard drive. Live. Right about now, it's going to say hi to everybody on YouTube. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Say hi to everybody on YouTube. I'm kidding. There you go. Everyone's saying, how's it on YouTube? Or by YouTube. All right, anyhow, so here we go, guys. We're going to do our first real spin here, and this is from the new viewers or for people that didn't get a lot of their stuff won early on. Once again, if you are watching this on YouTube, you can sub here on the YouTube channel. Don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, all that crap that I got to say. But, of course, first and foremost, visit me on Twitch. That link's down below. Okay, let's do that. We're spinning our cheese. Let's go. All right. Who's winning? Okay, the winner of our first spin is... More ducks, please. Okay, let's see what More Ducks wants for the song here. This is a band called Gogo Penguin. It's jazz. All right, we're starting the stream with some Jasmine. Where's Jasmine Kazi? He'd be happy. And this is called Garden Dog Barbecue. That's kind of macabre sounding. So here we go. This is a great brand, only 3 members, yet sound is plentiful and exquisite. All right, so let's do this. Dun, 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 dun. Doing it all manual, guys. Let's go. All right. Ooh. Drummer has a lot of cymbals. You know they're going to get used. Love what the bass is doing there. I love the fact that the bass and the left hand are in unison on this. Sounds fantastic. Super abstract. Oh, I love that. This definitely has jazz elements, but I'm leaning a little towards more of fusion. Judgment jazzy. You know what I found wonderful about this is it definitely gave us a really wonderful, especially the very first track coming back after a few weeks, get us all jazzed up for the stream. It actually stayed really tight in a minimal number of chord changes that happened within the key. So that kind of gave you the sense that that's why sometimes in my mind when I hear the word jazz, I'm looking for very unique elements, different kinds of jazz, of course, from traditional to fusion and everything in between it all, or jazz elements in tracks. So I'm looking for or listening for very unique chord changes, if you would, or voicings in chords. But this one was a wonderful expression of more of the percussive arrangement within the confines of this jazz fusion, if you understand what I'm saying with that. And so I fully dug that without a doubt. And I was hoping, I was watching, the drummer with all his cymbals and stuff. I was getting ready to say, okay, we're going to be cooking soon, and kept it in the pocket. Musicianship is phenomenal. What the bass was doing at the very beginning, using just as he's going up the neck, just sliding up, and using that more of a tonal soundscape, something that you really couldn't lock yourself into. I thought that was very unique. And then also, like I said, the rhythm, the rhythmical, percussive arrangement of everything is what got my head to bob. And I also love the fact that at the very beginning, the left hand and the bass were in unison, which isn't nothing new, but it had a lot of space where the bass tone could resonate with the left hand, added a nice little warbly vibe to it. So that hats off to the engineer as well. All right, guys, let's go back to some more Wheel of Cheese. Let's go poverty cheese now, guys. We're going to be doing some poverty cheese. Queso pobre. I got to reel down on what it is I call these things. Okay, here we go, guys. Let's do some queso pobre. Ooh, there we go. That's a nice piece of cheese that we're all used to seeing all split up and everything. Some aged cheese, some finely aged cheese, Jakin. That's what I'm talking. Government cheese, I like that. I forgot about that. Here we go on some government cheese. All right. Oh, wow. That had a little Heimlich maneuver in there. Who's the winner? Oh, Jake. Look at you, Bubba. You won. Let's see what Jake in Vienna wants. Let's see here. Everybody say hi to Jake. Good to see you back here. Jake's been one of our long-time usual suspects here. So I want to thank you for that, bro. See what Jake wants here. A band called Tokyo Ghoul. Apparently this is a metal track. So let's see what we got here for some Tokyo Ghoul. And the name of the song is Unravel. So it's an English cover. And he says, I find the translation from Japanese to English while still working with the melody and the rhythm particularly impressive. All right, guys. A la Jake in Vienna, bringing us this track.
How can you tell me the way the story ends? A monster in my heart, a ghost inside my chest. I'm broken down the world around us.
I really love this opening.
You smile and laugh at me.
But it looks like he's got a metal guitar, so anything's possible. So am I to understand that this is a cover, Jakin? I'm reading it here. I find it really super cool with these abstract crossover genres, this kind of hybrid approach in doing this track. So maybe this guy is like the single artist who's covering this, perhaps. Oh, so he does medical covers and stuff. Okay, so it is a cover. Okay, I love the fact that, like I said earlier, there's these abstract hybrid genre in it. Now, because I don't know the original song, I don't know if the original song is, or if this stays close to it, and if it's its arrangement, or he really stepped out, you know, in front of it and challenged more of the arrangements and composition and his musician skill set, as well as his engineering. You know, the emphasis on it definitely sounds like wanting to be out of bounds, if you would, not in a bad way, stepping out of the box of maybe of what it originally sounded like. I don't know if those intervals in his voice are originally with the melody, but I loved the way his voice sounds and those intervals in the melody that are in there. Something else that is really cool that I dig, because as soon as he started the track and I started kind of thin pop EDM symphony kind of stuff vibe that was going on there, was the fact that when the guitar came in, I was thinking it was just going to be just, you know, Meshuggah balls to the wall kind of vibe. And it was very tame in the mix. You know, when he came in with the dirt and the chug and stuff, it was fairly tame, which probably keeps more of the pop element of the track a little more alive and attainable. Did anything I just said make sense? I like that right in your face. Yeah, the snare is really snappy. I love the rawness in his voice. Very nice arrangements here. The guitar pattern. A little bit of the piano meandering. This was really, really super cool. Never heard of this gentleman as a composer. Let me get a better shot of him in here. There he is. I loved what to me as a composer, when I'm listening to a lot of music, I'm obviously listening to the intricate ways that arrangers and composers will use layers, you know, and not have the arrangements step on each other per se. And in this case, starting back to the rawness of it, his voice was fantastic. I didn't feel any technical edginess in his performance. What I mean is, it really came out from here, but he just has such a command of his instrument and his vocal cords. And when he was giving us this heady intervals, you know, I can't do it. I'm sorry. That just might sound like a dog whistle to everybody. But and then turn around and give us a little bit more of that throaty, more powerful sound. It almost sounded like it was a connected pass. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to say that people who do this kind of music where they go to soft, to head voice, to medium voice, to chest voice, to growling, don't punch it in all the time, but it just sounded like it was connected, so it sounded a little more organic. And once again, I just go back to the mix. Even though that there was the darker, grungier part of the track, he kept the continuity of what he started with his mellow instrumentation, and even ending with the instrumentation without taking the guitar and making it too much in your face, shoving it, you know, too hot in there. You know, drums were nice. That snare was really nice and tight. Some really nice drum playing or programming or playing. I don't know. I'm not saying I do. So anyhow, well done. Well done. Okay, so let's see. More Wheel of Cheese. Let's see. This is a new Wheel of Cheese. Let's see if this got a little thicker. I miss my Steam Deck and it doesn't work. Ugh. All right, let's see what we got here. Look at me. I'm like all like spoiled now. Okay. Oh, new Wheel of Cheese. All right, guys. Are you ready? Here we go. All right. Oh. This might be a first timer. Unfathomable Serpent. I think this might be a first timer. Unfathomable Serpent. Are you here? Let's see what Unfathomable Serpent wants. A game called... Ooh, never... Oh, yeah. Didn't we just do something from this? Spore Creatures? Something like that? We did some Spore Creatures. Let's see what we got here. Planet Freezle. Oh, this is a little shorty. Okay. Let me do this. Doink. All right, let's see what this is all about. Unfathomable Serpent. Thank you for coming in and playing the Wheel of Cheese. Let's see what you got going on for the house here. Here we go. God, I like this a lot. I like the phrasing of that. Real nice. I can see how a track like this keeps you in the game. It's ambient and heady, yet that weird little bass, boom, kind of keeps you rooted. A little odd click to that lead. That was... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I started another one, but it's only 50 seconds long. Let's hear this. Totally different vibe. But it's neat that they keep the same instrumentation. Except for now we got the drums in it. Bonus track. Bonus cheese. Creepy little melody there. Isn't it? Well, it sounded like something was going to spore there. Okay, that was our bonus cheese. Yeah, there was a diminished harmony in there. I was kind of creeping on that myself. I was just about to say that. The weird thing is or what was really fun to listen, even though this was a bonus one, is wherever this is in the game, did have this dissonance creepiness to it, but using the same like bass, if you would. So I guess the textures, you know, the instrumental textures stayed really consistent with that. But there was some really trick programming in the traps that were in there, or that digital drum. Way in the back, you could hear what was, I guess, the hi-hat, or supposed to emulate the hi-hat. Some pretty intricate little program going back there. You know, that kind of stuff going on there. I was like, okay, very well done. This has a very Spore-ish kind of vibe to it, you know. But the first track, what I liked is that the instrumentation of it did have an ambient vibe to it, because there were some delays in it and some reverb on it, except the bass kept it just dry, kind of like you always had one foot on the dirt kind of vibe. So, yapper. He uploaded the whole thing to, I think this must be his, no, this isn't his channel I pulled it from, but, so, okay, what are we doing next? Okay, Queso Grande. Let's do some Queso Grande and continue on. And we'll do queso, we'll do Wheel of Cheese for a little bit. And then I'll take a little quick break, and then we're going to ramp the donos. Okay, so, but let's continue on our government cheese. Somebody put that in there, and I was dying laughing. I'm like, okay, I got you. Let's see what we got here now. All right, let me remove this. You have been officially removed. Now, here comes government cheese. You guys ready for government cheese? I am. Here we go. Ta-da! Fuerte! Welcome. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Truck for GLTE. All right. Let's see what Truck wants. Truck wants... Uh-oh. You guys got to hang on to your hats, guys. August Burns Red. See what we got here. This one is called Creative Captivity. And what's going on, Truck? How are you? I hope you're still here somewhere hanging out. If not, you guys know where to be. What YouTube channel to join if you miss it. Obviously, you're not hearing me say that right now if you're not here, so I'm just blowing smoke up my own wazoo. All right, guys, here we go. August Burns Red. Hey, there's Truck. All right, guys, let's do this. You know this is going to be a ruckus. Here we go. Unless this is one of their ballads. Oh, it's starting off kind of soft. Ooh, that bass. Drummer's having the best time ever. Wow, the vocal performance is way pulled back in the mix. Yeah, it definitely has a mellow death vibe to it. This is a chill track from August Burns Red compared to the rest of their work. Wow, this is a trip. This is so unlike anything else I've heard from them. Almost like a little spaghetti western vibe right here. Yeah, without a doubt, this was the most tame track I've ever heard of them. And Trucks, thanks for bringing that actually in here, because I definitely don't have a big enough listening experience to their discography. So obviously all the stuff that I've heard from August Burns Red has been more the traditional, you know, blood-pounding, soulful, gut-wrenching, you know, powerful, you know, music that they produce. This was unique, though. This was probably, I don't know if this particular album maybe has a, what is it called? Concept. If it's a concept album, you know, where it's kind of storytelling or not. But I like the fact that it showed, like, very creative diversity. Not just diversity for saying diversity, like, oh, that sounded different, that was diverse. No. It was really creative. It wasn't as if they said, "Well, let's do one track that's chill or something," you know. Let's give a little bit of you know, an ice pack to the heaviness that we usually are about. This was also very, very creative, you know, in the way it was written and stuff. Somebody had made a mention about the drums being maybe a little too perfect sounding. At first, I too had to go. The kick sounded very compressed, a little more digital than I would have expected from a raw drum sound. However, you can get that sound with miking and side chaining and doing all that sort of fun stuff. One of the things I was listening to that kind of threw me off a little bit was the direct and definitive targeting of the toms, you know, through our headset and the stereo experience. Once again, this doesn't mean that it was anything less than live drumming, but the decision sounded like, and I mean literally sounded like, they didn't use any overhead on it. So contextually, when you're listening to it with your ears, and you're hearing toms go so cleanly, sometimes if you don't, it definitely could still be live drums, but if you don't have a good rinse of overhead on it, then you don't get a sense of ambiance in that panning thing. Something like that. Did I say that right? I don't know. That's what I'm saying. All right. More Wheel of Cheese, guys. See what we got. Hey, Shadow, how's it? Good to see you, man. Okay. Look at that. We must have a nice, small, comfortable. I don't know how many people are in the stream. I usually can tell by my Wheel of Cheese. It looks like we have a nice, fun clutch of folks here. And so let's see who we got. Let's all cheer for somebody new. Here we go. Uh-oh. What's this one here? Cayman with a gun. Cayman? Like a cayman? Would that be like a snake? Or the lizard? A cayman with a gun? Or came in with a gun? Well, nonetheless, cayman with a gun. You have won, cayman with a gun. So let's see what cayman with a gun wants. And this is a band called The Dead South. So let's see what we got here. Stand by. And the name of this track is In Hell I'll Be in Good Company. Well, there you have it. And in hell you shall have good company, because this is what Cayman with a Dead Gun wants us to check out. So let's do this. All right. Or a little catch breath. What a voice.
My life's a bit more colder. Damn, wife is what I told her. Brass knife sinks to my shoulder. Oh, babe, don't know what I'm gonna
I love this.
I see my redhead, mess bed, tear shed, queen bee must squeeze.
Different singers?
Stage smells, tells, hells, bells, misspells, knocks me on my knees. It didn't hurt, flirt, blood, squirt, stuff, shirt like me on a tree. After I count down 3 rounds in hell, I'll be in good company.
I kind of am thinking this track should be on Outer Wilds. Gotta stop this, man. I am 100% behind what Mason Gator just said. The simplicity of this is so cool, but it sounds, it's a song that really kind of, you lean into it to listen to it. You know what I mean? Because every little bit of the nuances are discernible in dynamics of playing. I mean, look, there's an upright bass, a banjo, the vocals. Well, that first vocalist guy that with the smoky voice was just insane. It sounds like there might be either somebody with a very high falsetto. It could be a guy or a gal also singing the harmony. And then now the voice seemed to have changed this time around. It could be the same person. But I love the simplicity of it too. And there's not like any show-off banjo playing, because banjo is one of those instruments that you could really, the musicians on banjo are just phenomenal and stuff. It's just laying back and playing it, and the upright bass and the buzziness of the strings. But I got to tell you something, I'm listening to this, and the first thing in my head was the video game Outer Wilds, right? You know, because he plays the banjo. I was going, this would have been a mental track for that.
I see my redhead, masked red, tear shed, queen beam a squeeze. The stage smells, tells, hells, bells, misspells, knocks me on my knees. It didn't hurt, flirt, blood, squirt, stuffed shirt, hang me on a tree. After I count down 3 rounds, in hell I'll be in good company. In hell I'll be in good company. In hell I'll be in good company.
Now we're going back into that spaghetti western vibe. The Mekoni. This was a fun track to listen to, just fully laid back and chill, you know. Definitely would not be, let's say, on my normal playlist. Well, I'd be more abnormal, because my playlist is pretty abnormal. But I liked it. It was just really nice and chill. I dug it. I was able to, you know, when I listened to it with my ears, under, you know, doing it here for my friends here on Twitch and the cheesy visitors and everything, I do take that extra time to listen for really odd, like unique things about tracks, even though they may not be ones that I might listen to on my own. Always find really fun things to say about them. But I gotta lean into, once again, that guy's voice at the very beginning. That really dirty South kind of grindy voice was so cool. But music-wise, you know, it could have been, like I said, Outer Wilds, or maybe the bog scene in The Waterboy when he brings over his girlfriend to meet the mom and they eat the alligator hamburgers or something. Like that would have been some Source music in the back or something like that. But that was a nice track, man. All right, let's go for some poverty cheese. Queso grande, queso fresco, queso how do you do so? Bayou Blues, yeah, that's the way to say it. Hey, come on, man. The Waterboy for me is right up there with Caddyshack. Who cannot say that The Waterboy is like cult classic-ish. You know, on so many, hey, look, I'm sorry, I'm gonna digress for a second here. On so many levels for me, The Waterboy was kind of sensitive, kind of like cool, like bully got you kind of story. So there was the good guy, the bad guy, the antagonist, et cetera, the cute girlfriend that wouldn't let it go. You know, the crazy mom, the whole thing. It, to me, was probably one of the most coolest movies out there, along the lines of like Caddyshack, cult, you know, that kind of following kind of vibe. I love it. Every once in a while, I just got to watch it, especially when she says, "You gonna play the foosball?" And the donkey answers. I don't know. I can quote that whole thing, but come on, really? Who didn't like The Waterboy? It was just kind of fun. It was just a really good movie. That's just me. Okay. Refresh the data. Let's go for Queso Grande here, guys. Let's see what we got here for some more Wheel of Cheese. See, I'm even singing the little melody. Ooh, queso of cheese getting bigger. Mi queso favorito, claro que sí, en efecto. Queso malpedos. Uh-oh, ja. All right, here we go. Oh. Turnip! Let's give a big hand to Turnip because, you know, he's of the 4 mods, he's the one that's just kind of hovering, and he you know, he's like the guy that out of nowhere goes, "Yeah, man, I got that. Don't worry. Quiet voice, real chill. Yeah, I got that." But Turnip is the one that if you're over on the YouTube channel that does, you know, the Twitch VODs, he's the one that goes in and he does all of the chaptering for me. So if it wasn't for him, you guys wouldn't be able to find your favorite tracks because they're all chaptered by Turnip. So I'm really happy that you won. Oh, patty cakes. All right, let's see what Turnip wants now. Turnip wants... Oops, I did the wrong... Wait, stand by. Turnip wants a game. The game is called ULTRAKILL. Now you see, that fits perfect. Turnip has a very cool demeanor, very chill. He lurking, he's doing his thing. Sounds very calm with his demeanor. But he wants some ULTRAKILL. I'm sorry, I don't know that means anything. I just thought it was funny. That was the name of the game, Turnip. All right. This one's called Meganeko, the cyber, how do you do? The cyber grind. So, Turnip, I once again, you know, I always say this all the time, and you probably just going, "Shut up, Jeebs." But thank you everything that you do on the mod team and for everything that you do. So here we go, guys. This is from the Turnip. Let me manually flip it, and let's go. All right. I like this. Monophonic bottom line. Ooh, this is badass. This is gnarly. What kind of gameplay is going on with this music, Turnip? Is it constant fighting and boss smashing or what? Oh, it's like Doom. Ooh. Little dubstep infusion. Oh, I like this. Now we're getting doomy. This is banging, man. Psych, I stopped it for a second. I know you guys were no. So as this track is growing with me, that's super fast, 230, 240 beats per minute kind of vibe. Once again, I'm not too sure what that, you guys keep on telling me and I keep on forgetting the genre. If it's like break beat or something like that, that really fast. But this was breakcore. Thank you. I believe that's the one. But what was really great about this, first of all, I loved how that bass line opened up in a monophonic kind of way. If you know anything about synthesizers and stuff like that, there's polyphonic, which means you can hold down multiple keys and you can get a chord, or monophonic, which is you hold down one key, and even if you held down the key, like key of C, or I mean the note on C, and you hit C up, it'll automatically turn this one off, and this one will hit. So it'll be like, so that monophonic use, I know that probably didn't make any sense to anybody, but for that bass line in the bottom was really, really slick. But I got to tell you something, as soon as the guitar came in there, I had to listen really hard, man. I couldn't tell if that was a guitar overdub or if that was a sample that was being used. I mean, obviously it's gated to work really fast, but there's without a doubt Doom elements in it. But the over-under in this, definitely without a doubt, is that breakcore kind of vibe. And so that's some super badass stuff going on here. And I'm hearing some people here telling me I have to try to play this game. Is that true? Should I try to play this game? Got a little bit of that dubstep rubbing around in there. I wonder if this game came out before or after Doom. Great edit. Ooh, I love that rhythm sample there. Oh shit, here we go. Ooh, nice filter work there. Yeah, Shadow, without a doubt. I mean, big, heavy Doom influence there. I thought the composer did a great job, though, of not really overstepping it too much by really keeping, the darkness of the guitars, especially the cut time at the end. I think every single one of us got a little bit of headbang whiplash with the cut beat, you know, with the cut time. Okay, everybody was like, okay. You know, while the power of the crunch guitar tone was going. Once again, I don't know if it was a real guitar that was sampled and it was played back in sequence, or if it was played live and there was just, you know, really heavy gating on it. But what stops me from going, oh, this is like a Doom thing, and just saying, oh, there's a little bit of a lean on Doom, was the fact that the composer really kept the EDM aspect of it front and center. You know, even didn't, you know, even with the little cheesy trap sounds, and I don't mean the cheesies, it's junk. I'm talking about the decision that the composer used to use, you know, the traps, the drums, and actually there was a couple of different rhythmical samples that were in there, jungle breakcore too. I heard a little bit of that kind of vibe in there. He let that live, even though the guitar came in and did a little bit of that Doom, you know, armpit farting, you know, kind of vibe, that dark heaviness. So I don't know why I just called it armpit farting. I think I'm just about to get canceled now by every Doom player, but and hopefully Mick Gordon doesn't pipe and go, damn it, it's not armpit farting, god damn it. Beetle fart, yes, thank you. But I thought it was a great track. I loved it. And it seems like it's the kind of track that I think Yoakum had said that it's the gameplay is pretty fast, pretty heavy, very gnarly, something of that nature. So, okay, how about some noob cheese? Let's see what we got here for some new viewers. Let's do that. I'm gonna do a couple more, take a short break, and then we're gonna hit the donos, and then I'll wrap it up with a little more cheese. Get it? Wrap it with cheese. Okay, let's see what we got here. Goodbye, Turnip. Thank you so much for bringing that in, buddy. Okay, time for Speen. Up, here we go, guys. It looks like the queso nuevo is getting a little full here. Let's see what we got here. Let's do this. Yeah, Turnip, it was a great track. I fully dug it. I was into it for sure. Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? Oh. Camel. He must have been early on getting that name, because I'm sure like Camel was probably one of the very first profile names people tried to jump on here. So Camel, what does Camel want here? Camel, are you here? See what we got here for you. Camel wants a game. More game, guys. We love games here on the channel, don't we? This game is called Street Fighter X Plus Alpha. I think I've done stuff from Street Fighter, but this must be a different, maybe another version of the game, or important part of the track, or a segment in the game. But look at everyone's going, oh my God, I can't believe that, yay! That's what's fun about this whole thing, right? You never know who's going to suggest something and then bring something back from the past that you totally forgot about, or, oh my God, I forgot that even existed. So that's what makes it fun for all of us, I believe. Okay, guys, let's do this. This is from Camel. He won the Wheel of Cheese. All right. Fun little play around with the sevenths. Kind of a jazzy fusion vibe. Ooh, I like this. Oh, this is badass. I like the nuances of some of the arpeggiations in the back. Man, who wrote this? Is this actually happening during a fight? Oh my God, that MIDI stab horn section. Oh, the bass, Jesus. I mean, not that Jesus is playing, I'm just saying. Yes, that's it. Jesus, that's what I meant. Thank you. This is serious. We just activated God tier. Listen to that real throaty guitar crunch. Look at that bass turnaround. Ugh. Damn. My goodness, man. And you know what I loved is that the track finished off in a little bit more of a powerful, predictable kind of a way with the chord changes kind of without, they laid back on the fusion freeness of what was going on there with the guitar work and the solo and the piano playing and the bass work, you know, in the last 30 seconds. But that whole front of this was pure, just, like I said, it unlocked another level, and it was the cheesus level. Jesus level. That's I think we gotta, instead of Jesus, what do you call it? Jesus level. Maybe that's what we should call it. In energy and playing and performance, the chord changes were really nice. Great key work, key change that actually happened in there. Bass player was slamming. Everybody was slamming there. Once again, I was a little kind of like tickled by the synthy stack horn phrasing and the synth module that they use for that. And also that like kind of old school, who was the guy that came up with Tom Holch? What was the name of the guitar player? I think that was from Boston that came out with his own little Rockman sound. Tom something, I believe. I can't remember. But it sounded like that guitar box. They actually used that little processor, that itty bitty like Walkman. It was called a Rockman, I think. Processor for that. And I love that sound. It was fully nostalgic. Whether they did or didn't, but that sound definitely eked in. So, dang. I love this, Camel. Thank you very much for that. Who was that guy? Somebody help me with that. Who invented the Rockman? Somebody look that up while I'm looking at the next thing here and pop it in the chat. It's called the Rockman, the guitar Rockman. It was like looked like a Walkman, except called the Rockman. Okay, what do we got next here? Let's go for Major Queso. Senior Major Queso. Let's see what we got here. Okay, let's do this. You guys ready for ginormous cheese? Queso Americano, Anciano. Queso Dia, get it? Cheese day, day of cheese, queso dia. Oof. Okay, here we go, guys. Some big slices here in queso pobre, queso grande, queso pedo. How about that? Queso pedo? You're laughing if you know. Here we go. Oh. Chee-hoo! Shadow, sup, brother? Oh. Let's see what Shadow wants. Yeah, hanging out on the Big Island over there, not too far away from. Actually, the Big Island's still 500 miles from where I'm at. Still part of the obviously the chain of Hawaii is the Big Island, and beautiful over there. My uncle has a house in Volcano, not in the volcano, but there's a place called Volcano Village. And I talked to him the other day. It's all sulfury smelling because he's right next to the frickin' volcano. So whenever it has a Heimlich maneuver, you know. Ah, yes, Ginger. Tom Schultz is who I was talking about. Thank you. That's the guy who invented the Rockman. Thank you so much for looking that up. Okay, guys. Shadow wants an anime track. The name of the sword. Evangelion? Hey, thanks for the follow. Okay, hang on. I think. Let's see what we got here. All right, and this is the name of the track is Decisive Battle. Okay, Shadow, good to have you here like usual. You're always hanging out, having a good time with all of us here, representing the 808. Sup, FBI. And for people who don't know what that means, whenever we see the shirts FBI, that is from Big Island. where the original island of which King Kamehameha the Great came from and reigned from. Okay, let's do this. All right. Wow. Music, but the anime artwork is incredible. It's like that muted horn section back there. Oh, I love that call and response between the strings and the horns. Great visuals. Animes are incredible. Let's hear the delay on that harp. Now listen to the string answer back. I love that. Well done. Was there a little guitar just thrown in there? There is a little guitar dirt back there. Wow, this anime looks so cool. It's got a cross up between kind of a Middle Eastern Spanish, you know, vibe to it. You know, like this section here. Yeah, obviously it's repeating, but I'm gonna let it self-play through. It's not too much longer. Is that part of the leitmotif? Boy, these guys are kicking each other's butts and not taking out any of the buildings. That's good. Oh, I opened up my mouth. There goes all the soji. I'm glad, Shadow. I'm glad you gave me a track where I can at least enjoy a little bit of the visual aspect of anime, because I think that's the giant aspect of what anime is all about, with the creative of the artists and stuff like that, and the colors and everything like that, and the storytelling. It's just so well done and so unique, and it has such a signature style that, to me, you know, when I see anime, since the only time I saw anime is I had no idea that I liked anime, except for the fact that I had no idea I was watching anime in the 60s when I was watching Kimba or Giant Robot or Gigantor or any of those really early anime cartoons. I had to know what it was. I just loved it. I loved it. I mean, American cartoons were really super cool back in the day. You know, of course, Looney Tunes and all that sort of stuff. But there was something so identifiable with, you know, and Speed Racer, that was another one. So that was what it was. So Kimba the White Lion, Speed Racer, Gigantor, and Johnny Robot. No, that's not. Was that it? One of the same? I don't know. But Leo, yes, Leo. You know, for me, that I had no idea that was anime. And then here I am, you know, 55, 60 years later doing this stuff that we're doing here and going, wow, look at the shape of the face and stuff. It reminds me of like Speed Racer. It reminds me of the animal artwork. I mean, there's a definitive art form in anime that I look at and I was able to identify even with that 60-year gap between, you know, the early 60s and me watching all those shows and whatever to now being exposed to it today. And there's still these incredible through lines in the artwork, you know. So, and then of course, one of the early things I learned about anime, and I believe the other word is manga, is the fact that the directors, the producers of these shows or films and stuff really honor music and composers and stuff. You know what I mean? They really honor the power of music, and to me that's just all time, you know, part of the experience. All right, guys, I'm going to take a few minutes. I need a quick break, and then I'm going to start hitting these donos. And then I'm going to do a big dono run here, and then I'm going to close it up with some more Wheel of Cheese. So you guys hang in there. Excuse me. I'm going to go ahead. No, it's not quite the poop break. It's a boogie break. It's a clear out my sinus break. Maybe I'm going to put a big hefty scoop of my habanero coconut sauce on a sandwich or some. I've got some ginger I want to eat. I got some fresh ginger root. Maybe it'll clear my head a little bit. So yeah, that'll be my story. So I'm going to set you guys off and chill out for a little bit. I'll be right back. We're going to hit the donos. I'm going to put this back on this. Who just came back in for another month? La Cremosa. Hey, how are you? La Cremosa, good to see you. Well, I'll be back. So give me about 10 minutes at very best, at very lengthwise. And so, yeah, let me put this on. Remember, I'm doing this all manual now, so I don't have my Stream Deck to help me with this. So, wait a second. I'll put it on this one. No, first let me start the music. There we go. And then I'll be right back. All right. my mic on. God dang it. Whatever. Okay, now it's off.